Could the narcissist fall back in love with you? Hello lovelies, welcome to narcfreeformula. My name's Fred and thank you for joining me. Alright, could the narcissist fall back in love with you? Well, narcissists are notorious for recycling their exes and keeping a narc harem or a narc garage. For those of you who don't know exactly what that means, essentially it means that narcissists, even though they will do kind of, grand gestures and final discards and, say things like, I don't ever want to see you again, don't speak to me, don't call me, all that kind of things, even though you may have been discarded quite brutally. The reality is that narcissists love keeping their exes on a string or in their mind, kind of put up on a shelf so they can play with you later. And this is because of their constant need for narcissistic fuel. They get that from attention. They get it from situations where they are the center of attention. People are arguing over them. They love triangulation, and what better way to triangulate their current form of supply than by talking about the former supply, or communicating or going and visiting the former supply. Spending time with the former supply, that kind of stuff, like I said, gives the narcissist plenty of opportunities for fuel. But as in regards to, can they fall back in love with you? Look, they can re-idealize you momentarily. I'm never going to say that the narcissist was ever in love from the beginning. That's just buying into a lie that we were all told, a dream that we were all fed, and something that the narcissist worked really hard to keep that illusion up. So once you've kind of relieved yourself of that illusion and actually got more reality based, I don't think it's healthy to even start thinking in those terms of love with the narcissist. Narcissists don't have the capacity to love people like you or I do, us non-disordered folk. So when we say, could the narcissist fall back in love? No, but they can re-idealize you when their current supply is acting up in some way, or is not giving them enough fuel, has started to break down, physically or psychologically from, the weeks, years, months of abuse, what have you. They will need someone to top up their fuel supplies. And if the circumstances surrounding them are if they're in circumstances where they don't have access to new supply, then they will revert to former sources of supply. And the nature of the narcissist's thinking, so the way they think with their lack of object constancy, they are very black or white. So when they idealize you, they idealize you, but at the same time, they have to devalue the new supply. They can't have both of you. They can't idealize both of you at the same time. It's either one or the other. So you're either, swings and roundabouts. You're either up or you're down, but you're never going to be on par, because that's just not the way, like I said, their disorder works. So if the new supply is acting up, not giving them the fuel that they need, sure, they may re-idealize you, but it will be only momentarily. And then when I say momentarily, look, it could still go on for years. Because the way narcissists view time is different from the way the rest of us do, because they're never really present, so therefore time is a bit of an illusion. When you're not really in the moment, when you, for example, are currently, instead of being here right now, the narcissist is living in a world of dreams where they're thinking about the past or fantasizing about the future. Very rarely are they actually present. So therefore, for them to sit in any situation for a long period of time really wouldn't bother them, because in their mind they're planning their escape, they're planning their next move, they're planning something, or they're running lots of different scenarios with lots of different people. So you might think that you're the only person that the narcissist is involved with, but they may actually, be having a relationship with the woman down the road, the woman from 6 months ago, the girl that he met at the pub the other night. He could have literally all, a vast number of scenarios happening, all different levels of intimacy and engagement. And this is how the narcissist lives. As I said, they're just never actually present or committed to anyone. And so the idealization of their former sources of supply is only a temporary situation. If they can, they're always going to keep looking for that next big thing, because that's what, keeps them going, is essentially this idea that something better is going to come along, something bigger and better, something that's going to make them feel better about themselves. And so when they're always chasing that, even if you were to go back to them, spend time with them, give them all your love, give them everything you could give them, they already know you. They know what you're about. They've got you figured out. There's no real challenges there. There's nothing to, there's no, they love games, and there's no real games there when they've got you figured out as well as they do. So they thrive off of games. They thrive off of new people and new situations. People who haven't figured them out, people who don't know what they're about. They seek that out more than anything. So old supply is never going to be as good for them as new supply, preferably supply that comes from people that, like I said, that who don't know them, who have not a clue what they're about. Innocent, naive, easily taken advantage of. So if the narcissist is saying, "Oh, baby, it's you, you're the one, I've always been in love with you, I don't know what I was thinking, I'm sorry, I must have lost my mind, I'm back for good," do not take them back. Do not take them back. The narcissist is never going to be doing anything for you other than taking advantage of what you have to offer them. And it could be something as simple as, needing somewhere to live. These people are users. It's in their very nature. Usury is just part of the narcissistic reality. They just see people for what they have, what they can take from them, essentially. And they will say whatever it takes. And if you need to hear, baby, I love you, well, best believe the narcissist is going to say it. Does it make any of it real? Absolutely not. As I said before, there is no such thing as love with the narcissist. Their version of love is more like ownership. I the way you'd feel, or they would feel, about a car. Maybe showing it off, feel proud about it, the way it looks, the way it sounds, obsess about it for a few months, a year, and then their eye, they'll see something that's newer, just rolled off the factory line, brand new, it's an upgraded model, and it's got the bells and the whistles, and now all of a sudden their car that they loved so much is not looking so good anymore. They've driven it into the ground, as they do, so they forget about the old car. Now they want the new car. This is just the way they are. And to the narcissist, us human beings, we're just the same as being a car. If you're serving them as you should, that's great, but you've still got a time, there's still a timeline on how long it'll actually last. It's just the nature, this is the reality of these people. Okay, I think that's all that I had to say about that. Let me just quickly check my notes. Listen, thanks for being patient with me. I've been doing these videos from bed. I've got the dreaded Rona, the Maisha Rona. So yeah, I'm just trying to take it easy. But anyhow, all right, yep, I think that's all, darlings. Thanks for listening, and get narc free and stay narc free. And listen, leave me a comment as well, because I've noticed that I'm not very good at asking you guys for your opinions, but I really am actually interested in people's experiences with narcissists and with this kind of thing. Did the narcissist try and re-idolize you?